Here we are, here we are, here we are again. Another Tuesday night Facebook Live. I invite you to join in with us. I invite you to join in with us. I'm trying something new. Last week, listen. I have never heard a teenage girl express the truth like this. And you gotta hear this. Share this video. I hope you be blessed. I was blessed by it. And you know, somebody probably said, why is she always talking about pain? Every Tuesday night, it's been 3.5 years, you're still talking about pain. Well, that's what I'm called to. I went through it so much. The Lord brought me out. And that's the kind of people I meet. Okay, I just got this post. I'm not sure what it means, but I'm just gonna go with it. Like, okay, I'm a senior citizen trying to learn technology. But tonight we're gonna talk about when your parents' decision causes you pain, causes you trauma. And this is a teen's perspective. I would love for you to join in. As usual, also, my Uno first supporter. Hello, Mr. Cole. So glad to have you on. And I would love to hear how you feel when you hear this, all right? I'm going to try this. Let me know if you can hear me, all right? And, okay. It says the current frame rate is too low. Please set the frame rate to 15 to 60 FPS. I do not know what that is, but I'm going to keep going. Yes, thank you. Okay, here we go. Let me know if you can hear me.
If you are a parent, this is for you.
Be your best friend. And what does it look like?
Talking about.
I mean, we wanna hear what you say. Somebody's over here.
Smiley coming up.
So in my house, with my mom, it was always everything was up for discussion. Everything was up for discussion because my mama, she a real understanding person. So it was literally a conversation I had growing up with me. I'm a real knowledgeable person. I like to know a lot of stuff. So so the way I would come across and say things, she'll be like, I know you not coming from a standpoint of you trying to be disrespectful to people, but some people don't understand you how I understand you, so you might have to correct yourself. So I literally had a conversation with my mom. I was like, okay, I'm finna tell you stuff and stop me when I get disrespectful. I express my feelings, but that don't happen with everybody. And so when I was standing up here and you guys were like, don't belittle your children, but the whole statement of you're not on my level sounds like belittlement to us. It's saying you don't have as much value as me. You're not as important to me. You don't put up what I put up, so you can't have a say so in what we do. You don't pay bills. You don't own this house. You don't pay for nothing. So and it's
good.
And it.
Go ahead.
And when you bring up the stuff that you do for your children, it makes us feel like a burden. It makes us feel like I can't wait till I grow up so I don't have to be a burden to you anymore. And you say it's like when people be like your parents had a life before you, it makes you feel like I made you so miserable and bitter and like I just don't want to be here anymore because you don't want me to be here anymore. So why should I be here and put my best foot forward if the person who gave birth to me and made me come in this life doesn't want me? How am I supposed to look at somebody else for love if I feel like I'm not getting love at home? What do you do when you want to have somebody to talk to, but they like you can't talk to them? You go to somebody else to talk to, and that's not who you want us to talk to. How am I supposed to come and talk to you, and you don't listen to me, but somebody else may listen to me, but they not gonna treat me how you want me to be treated? You love me, but you don't show it. But they don't love me, but they act like they love me. So I'm going to go to the person that acts like they love me and not the person who I'm going to go to the person who when you grow up like this and you grow up with people who emotionally stunt your growth, you go looking for other people and you insecure. You go looking for other people for sex, for people who gonna tell you, oh, you're pretty. That's why the first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mama never. They say your parent and your family is your first bully. Point out every insecurity you have, and then you want your kids to feel beautiful and smart and go to school with people who telling them the same thing you tell them. That's not gonna work. You can't want to be your children's love and shelter, but you're not that. But that's materialistic things. If God was only materialistic to you, you will feel hurt. You need to have your spirit be healed. You need to have your spirit be fed. It's okay to have clothes and shoes and all this stuff, but what about my spirit? What about my emotions? What about my mental state? You can't be, you look pretty on the outside. You got me nice shoes. You got me nice things, but I'm struggling on the inside. Some people want to commit suicide, but they look good on the outside. Y'all focus on the outside so much that you don't take the time. You say you listen to your children, but 9 times out of 10, you're not really listening because we don't feel safe. You say you create a safe space, but that's 9 times 10 is not true. Because even though my parents never hit me or they never threatened to hit me, they words hurt even worse. When you telling me, you never say you disappointed in me, but your body language show it all. You look at me like I'm just like you can't believe how you raised this. Some people say to their kids, I can't believe I raised somebody like this. Well, if you raised me so beautifully that you said you do is, how come I ended up like this? It's a lot of things that go into having a kid. Some people end up resenting their kids when they have them too young or they have them with the wrong person. Some people just realize that sometimes it's too late to recognize the trauma, because when you get older and I don't have to spend time with you, how often do you see me? When I don't have to live with you no more, how often do you see me? When I have some people get jobs, some people hang out with friends' house because they don't want to go home, and you refuse to recognize that you yourself have caused your child's trauma, whether you want to admit it or not, and that's the issue.
Wow. Wow, wow. What do you think? What do you think? That's 7 minutes of truth, truth, truth. I would love to hear your comments. When I heard it, I was blown away. Let's talk about it for a minute. I would love to hear your opinion. You can type in the comments, or you can request to be on camera. Share this video. You can find it on Facebook from someone by the name of Ricky DJR Haynes, Haynes. First of all, she talked about a parent or a guardian being your teenager's best friend. I made it clear from the beginning, I will not be your friend. I am not your friend. My goal is to keep you from killing yourself and to get you to graduate from high school. And as a parent, you have to set guidelines and boundaries, whether they are accepted or not. I once got into a serious confrontation with another parent, and that parent was so upset that their teenage son would not listen to them. And I don't like talking about people's stuff, because I got my own. But I did say, you tried to be their friend, and it does not work. It does not work. Having discussions, that's critical in understanding. But let me just go back a little bit. It starts young. You have to build that foundation young. as far as being able to talk and allowing them to be honest, and you being honest with them. It really starts when you're young. You're establishing a relationship, because when they get to be a teenager, and you realize that you have not laid that foundation to talk, like, it's going to be extra. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's going to be very, very hard. Hello, Trish from New Jersey. You was able to be a part of a youth organization first in Orange. You dealt with at-risk youth, and you mentored them, and you helped them to look at themselves as being successful. Thank you for sharing. Trish, if you'd like to come on the camera, just let me know. You're welcome to share your experience with that. And Jessie from Marietta, Georgia, saying she was on point. We have to pay attention and listen to our children. Here's my experience. When kids are little and they do things, people have a tendency, I'm not saying all, people have a tendency of overlooking it. It's so cute. Or he or she, they'll grow out of it. And they kind of overlook it and think it's funny. But when they get to be a teenager and they got this drive, this quest for independence, and no, they're not grown yet. The frontal cortex of the brain is still being developed. That's the area of the brain that helps with decision making. That's why the majority of teenagers are rash or impulsive thinkers. They have not developed that yet. But our goal as adults is to guide that, is to present them with choices and options so that they'll be able to think in a critical way. If I do this, what are the consequences? If I make this decision, what could happen? If I want to do this, how might it affect me or those that I love? That's critical thinking that has to be taught. It is not something that a child can automatically get. Yeah, normally the children who have not been taught to think in a critical way, usually when they get to be teenagers, those are the followers, because they're not able to think through their decisions. They're not able to think through, if I do this, what are the consequences of my choices? They have to be taught. Yeah, and my experience has been when they see things and they think it's cute, but when they get to be a teenager, that thing is multiplied times 10, and now it's a problem. Well, that child has been raised with that, like that, for all these years, and now it gets to be expressed. And now some people try to bring the child to church, bring the child to the pastor, and they want a miracle, or they want magic. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible, but you have to work through that. It is possible to turn things around. And we're going to talk about that on another live. She also talked about not belittling your children, your tone of voice, your words matter. We have been taught to take mistakes and messes and turn it into a teaching time. But in order to do that, it takes a lot of self-control and discipline on the part of the parent. Because most of the time, we got to decide that what they do, did it embarrass me? Did it humiliate me? Am I ashamed? Oh, we got so much more to talk about. Oh, okay, we're going to hear from Trish in New Jersey. And let me figure out how to bring her on camera. Let's see. Okay, I'm on my computer. Oh, this is a lot different on my phone. Okay, let me see. Alrighty. I do not see how to bring her on camera. It says that she can participate in the chat. No, I don't want that. Alrighty. So, alright, I have lost my comments here. Alrighty. Okay, here are my comments. Let me go back to there. Alright, I'm back on the comments. Let's see. Oh boy. I'm sorry, I apologize. Okay, interactivity. Let's see if that's what I want. Okay, that's not what I want. Trish, you said that's what I want. Can you help me out? Okay. I can't see how. I'm on my computer. Last week I was on my phone. Okay, I don't want that. Last week I was on my phone, and it's so much easier on my phone. I just click on adding on camera and it comes on. I don't see how to do that. I apologize. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You have something that says chat. Oh boy. I see live dashboard. No, that's not it. Okay. Something that says chat. Oh my goodness. Where would I find the chat? I'm on my computer and it looks completely different than my phone. Alrighty. I apologize. Okay. All right. Okay, it says interactivity. Okay, I don't know how to do that. I apologize. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can just log on my phone. Hold on. And let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, I am really stuck. I do not know what to do, and I really apologize. I apologize. Okay. All right. Trish, I apologize. I have lost my page, and I do not know how to get back. All right, I'm going to log off my computer and I'm going to log back on my phone. I apologize.